What up, Bucs fans, NFL fans, and gambling fans? Welcome to Pewter Picks and Props, the Bucs and NFL edition of the show. I'm your host, Matt Matera from PewterReport.com, and Pewter Picks and Props is brought to you by Splash Sports. Join over 2.5 million people playing on Splash Sports, the home for Survivor, Pick'em, and Quick Picks. Whether you want to create your own contest with friends for a season-long contest or take a shot at life-changing prize pools that happen week to week, Splash Sports has got you covered. Get the best matchup boosts on Quick Picks that you can find only on Splash Sports. Download the app with the QR code on the screen and turn $20 into $1,000 with the best multipliers in daily fantasy sports. Download the Splash Sports app today. It is great to be back doing another Bucs game on Pewter Picks and Props. The Bucs had a bye last week, so didn't do any Bucs props, did some NFL props. They are coming out of the gate with a big-time matchup for Tampa Bay going up against the New England Patriots. A 6-2 Bucs, a 7-2 Patriots, each team trying to get into first place in their respective conference. It's going to be an absolute blast. I can't wait for this game on Sunday. Let's take a quick look at my picks from my overall record with Pewter Picks and Props. Climbing back up that mountain, getting to a much better record. Went 5-1 with my Bucs player props 2 weeks ago when the Bucs beat the Saints. So now we're at 11-5 overall with my Bucs picks, 18-22 with Bucs player props, 28-28 with prop bets overall, and 28-23 with my NFL game picks. That includes my picks from last week when the Bucs were on the bye. And for this matchup of Bucs and the Patriots, my most favorite bet out of the two between the spread and the over-under, it's actually the under of 48.5, which is crazy to think because the over has gone undefeated at Raymond James Stadium when the Bucs are playing at home. And you think of Baker Mayfield against Drake May, this should be a high-profile type of matchup. But I think it's going to be more of a defensive slugfest between the two. We got to be honest with what's been going on with the Bucs offense. It has not looked good in the past two games. Now, they are getting Luke Gedeke back, and that's very important with having him at right tackle. But you look at not having Bucky Irving, no Mike Evans, Chris Godwin Jr. isn't playing as well. Who is going to step up for the Bucs offense outside of Emeka Egbuka? The Patriots are smart, which I think they are, especially with Mike Vrabel as their head coach. They're going to put cloud coverage, double team, shadow Emeka Egbuka, and force someone else to beat them. Bucs running game hasn't looked that good. Patriots have one of the best run-stopping defenses in the league. So, where is the offensive production going to come from for Tampa Bay? You can obviously say a healthier Baker Mayfield can will this team to victory. That's why I'm taking the Bucs -2.5. But I'm not expecting an uproar of points in this game. I don't think Tez Johnson can be the guy to put the team on his back. Cade Otton has been seldom used here and there. Josh Grizzard is not showing Cade Otton the football the way that Liam Cohen was doing when he was calling the plays. So this is going to be a true test for Josh Grizzard in this matchup to find other targets besides Emeka Egbuka. And then defensively, I have loved what I've seen from Tampa Bay's defense the past couple of games, but really that one against the Saints. Antoine Winfield Jr. was robbed, I tell you, robbed of 2 defensive touchdowns. But really why I like the Bucs defense in this one is their ability to take the ball away, the Patriots' ability to fumble very often. They fumbled as much as any team in the league, and they've allowed a lot of pressures as well for Drake May. He will hold on to the football for a little bit too long. And that's going to allow for Anthony Nelson, Yaya Diaby, a blitzing Antoine Winfield Jr., or Levante David to go and get after Drake May. He also has a great touch of the deep ball down the field. You know who doesn't let downfield plays up? The Bucs defense. Their secondary is tremendous with Antoine Winfield Jr. and Tyke Smith. Jamel Dean's playing at an extremely high level. Zion McCollum's been good. Benjamin Morrison has really helped out. I don't see a lot of big plays for the Patriots, which has helped them. The Bucs have to contain their gap assignment because Drake May can run. But man, watching that Patriots-Falcons game, I just felt, all right, if the Bucs play their game, they can get to Drake May. They can get to the Patriots offense, which also won't have Kayshon Boutte, who's another deep threat for this team. So I'm expecting a slugfest in this type of matchup. Probably Todd Bowles giving some looks that Drake May hasn't seen just yet. So I'm a big fan of the under of 48.5. And because this game is so close, I'm going to take the Bucs minus 2.5, a little bit of home field advantage. And like I said, Baker Mayfield just finding a way to will this team to victory. He's done it time and time again, and I could see him regaining his form after having a week off. Let's have a look at the Bucs player props, mostly Bucs player props, a little bit of the Patriots players as well. Starting off with Baker Mayfield, over 239.5 passing yards. I know I said he's not going to have a lot of targets, but this has a lot more to do with the Patriots defense that has allowed over 300 passing yards to Tua. They allowed 300 passing yards to another quarterback as well. Michael Penix Jr. was able to throw it against them. They've actually allowed a lot more passing yards than I would have thought for this stout type of defense. So I expect Baker Mayfield to get on track in that aspect. And then Drake May, over 245.5 passing yards. The Bucs do a good job of bend but don't break. Like Mac Jones with the 49ers. He threw for over 200 yards in the first half. You can dink and dunk and get a lot of yards against this Bucs offense, or Bucs defense, excuse me. But it's really a matter of, can you score touchdowns against this group? So I like the over on the passing yards for each quarterback, Baker Mayfield and Drake May as well. Baker, again, healthier, going to take over on his rushing yards of 16.5. He hasn't been able to rush the last two games. I think part of that is the injury. Part of that is the defense is not wanting him to get out of the pocket. But once again, healthier Baker, and the way that the Patriots will rely on their linebackers to spy on Baker, I think if Baker can get a step or two ahead of Robert Spillane, who misses a lot of tackles for as many as he makes, he'll take it off and run. So relying on the health of Baker there. In the run game, I got to go with the Patriots defense being able to stop the Bucs run game, which has not looked good this season. And I don't see it getting much better against New England, even with Luke Gedeke back. So I'll take the under on Rachaad White, 43.5 rushing yards. It's interesting because this season, the Bucs linebackers have struggled going up against running backs. But to me, it's the tight end position that's going to really be an issue for Tampa Bay on Sunday with Hunter Henry. We got to remember when A.J. Barron a couple of weeks ago on the Seahawks went wild on the Bucs, on Levante David, on Servase Dennis as well. I can kind of see that for Hunter Henry in this matchup, which is why I'll take him over 37.5 receiving yards. And Emeka Egbuka, unfortunately, I'm going under 67.5 receiving yards for him. The book is out on Emeka Egbuka. They know what he's good at. They know how to, put more coverage to him on his side. It's not for a lack of targets or a lack of effort. I think Emeka Egbuka can still highly be involved in this offense, but when you look at the Patriots with Carlton Davis looking for a revenge game, Christian Gonzalez being one of the better upstart cornerbacks in the league, they're not going to let Emeka Egbuka beat them. They're going to force Baker Mayfield to go to Tez Johnson, to go to Cameron Johnson. Maybe get Cade Otton involved, Sterling Shepard as well. If you know they have one legit guy, why are you going to let him beat you? I think Mike Vrabel's smarter than that, and they'll have a game plan for Emeka Egbuka. So I'm going to take him under 67.5 receiving yards, and then Chase McLaughlin over 1.5 field goals. Haven't taken too many kicking props this season, but he's hit at least 2 field goals in every game at Raymond James Stadium this season. So I think that trend will continue. I'll also stick with Chase McLaughlin over on his field goals in the Pewter Parlay that I have up, plus 900 for Chase McLaughlin over 1.5 field goals, Baker Mayfield over 16.5 rushing yards, and Cade Otton to score a touchdown at any time in this game. It's kind of crazy to think that Cade Otton does not have a touchdown yet this season, but there was a lot of self-scouting done by Josh Grizzard. this week. The Bucs need to be more efficient in the red zone. I think Cade Otton is due for a touchdown, and it'll happen this week in a big-time game. Let's get on over into our NFL picks of the week. And before we get into it, just another reminder to everybody to download the Splash Sports app, the best place for daily fantasy sports. Get those quick picks in, whether it's for the NFL, college football, NBA, NHL, a lot of other sports involved. And their weekly tournaments are awesome as well. I did a weekly pick'em last week where you pick every single game. That goes out every single week. It's not a season-long thing. You can do season-long tournaments as well. But, if you're just watching the games one week and you're like, you know what? I got a good feeling about the games this week. Just hop on over to Splash Sports, download the app with the QR code, and enter a pick'em tournament. You can win over $1,000, sometimes $5,000, sometimes $10,000, depending on the tournament. And again, the best multipliers in daily fantasy sports with the quick picks is over at Splash Sports. All right, back to the NFL picks for this week. Browns -2.5 at the Jets. The New York Jets were very busy at the trade deadline, dealing Sauce Gardner to the Colts and Quinnen Williams to the Cowboys. So they're missing some of their best players. Browns have a fantastic defense. I don't know how the Jets move the ball against them. And with the Jets missing some of their best players, even the Browns' inept offense can put a couple of points up. So Browns will win by at least a field goal. Lions -8 at the Commanders. This is my most confident pick of the week. Lions lost last week to the Minnesota Vikings coming out of the bye. They have not lost 2 games in a row, I think, since 2022, and they are 12-0, I believe, since that same year against the spread in their game after a loss. Plus, you add on the Commanders, no Jaden Daniels, unfortunately, going with Marcus Mariota. A lot of issues on defense for that group, and this seems like a layup with the Lions at -8. And then Rams at the 49ers over 49.5. San Fran is a little bit healthier with George Kittle, Christian McCaffrey obviously doing his thing, being fantastic. And the Rams are just a juggernaut right now. Their offense is in full swing with Puka Nacua, Matthew Stafford playing at an MVP level. So why not just kick back, relax, enjoy this game, and see a lot of points get put up on the board. If you want to parlay this, that Pewter parlay is plus 581. So should be a great week of football. Should be a ton of fun in Bucs vs. Patriots, one of the best games of the week. Hopefully, Tampa Bay can find a way to score a lot more on offense than they had in their 2 previous games, while also getting a big-time performance from their defense. If you're not already doing so, please make sure you're following Pewter Report on all of our social media on X, Facebook, and Instagram. We're at Pewter Report. And our YouTube channel is Pewter Report TV. Please like and subscribe. Leave a comment on this video as well. What bets you like, what bets you don't like. Maybe there's a bet I didn't get to that is your favorite of the week. I'd love to see that as well. But that's going to do it for this show. I'm Matt Matera from PewterReport.com. Thank you so much to everybody for watching this week. Let's win some money. Out.